I'm from the streets. I'm from Crazy Town. I'll show you harmless phosphorescence. Hello, everyone. This is pan flute player, majestic bitch, Thoreau Smiley, who's joining me.
I'm Josh Cece, and it's adoption day at the kitten farm.
My name is Brian Lesh, and I can't help that I'm a sugar plum fairy interstellar princess. It's who I am.
I fell through a black hole to get here. I'm Alaric Weber.
And
hey, we all did.
Bada bang. And this is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's the podcast where we watch every theatrically released full-length live-action superhero movie ever made. We gather some research into the production and source material, then we tell you all about it. We're back to our normal, regularly scheduled programming. It's been a while since we've done a superhero one. We took a break for our spooky-tober movies. Then
you guys were some traveling lads.
Yeah, we
did 3 this week.
Yes.
HP fans.
This is
how dedicated we are.
This is the third podcast in as many days. Well, that we're recording.
Working in a coal mine, going down.
Yeah. And we appreciate you, though. We appreciate all our listeners and especially our patrons. As this show is brought to you by our patrons, we got executive producers like Michael Beckwith and Atticus Burkett. And if you'd like to be a patron too, it's really easy, and it only costs you $1 a month. And you get to listen to all sorts of extra podcasts that we record for you. Just go to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment.
And it gives us the funds to catch the ice cream man.
That's right.
Just kidding. We love you guys.
I spend all my money at the blackjack tables. It's not going to waste, though. Don't worry.
It's a table where they just smack your knuckles with a shillelagh. Or
you brought $1?
Blackjack.
A blackjack table, yeah.
But yeah, you brought $1. Brought $1 to a blackjack fight?
So this week on Harmless Phosphorescence, like I said, we're back to our superhero movies. We are watching Archenemy.
I used to sit on top of the highest buildings in Chromium and look down like a god.
You still got them superpowers?
The power to drink a fifth of whiskey and not pay for it.
Dad was a storyteller.
See? It's in our blood.
I used to punch holes through space-time.
Hey! Oh, you're the dude who says he's from another planet. You got superpowers, right? Come on, I just want to hear your story.
My city was named Chromium.
So that's where you're from?
They had to invent things to hurt me. Intelligent asteroids, killer robots.
Super villains?
Say super one more time.
Oh, okay.
Even the whiskey's weaker here.
Space whiskey. All right, look, do you have any superpowers at all? Or?
The source of my power doesn't exist here.
Why you gotta fill the kid's head with bullshit?
I've always been good to you, right? To you and your family. Wait.
You're risking our lives to hang out with some homeless man?
Max didn't have to do any of this to help us.
They will find you and they will kill you.
So what are we supposed to do?
You fight the war.
Fuck. Get Max Fist.
We're gonna play a game!
Where's my brother?
You look insane.
Archenemy. It was released December 11th, 2020. It has a running time of 90 minutes. I have no data on how much it cost. I could not find that on the internet. But it made $136,000 and $136,240 at the box office.
How much of that went to Joe Manganiello?
I'm guessing all of it.
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Glenn Howerton got a few bucks, I'm sure. But yeah.
The best performance in the movie is Paul Scheer.
Oh, God.
Joe put a bunch of money into this movie, right?
He's listed as an executive producer, so I think.
So is Elijah
him and his
Wood.
brother.
Did I catch that?
Yeah, Elijah Wood is also as he's what now?
His brother also was an executive producer.
Yeah. It's so there's. I don't know if you guys noticed there were 5 production company cards at the beginning of this movie. They got funds from all over the place. Like they cobbled together the money to make this thing, however much it ended up costing.
He's a huge fanboy. He's a huge comic book fan and Dungeons and Dragons fan. I think he probably he wanted to make it because he wasn't getting a superhero gig, maybe.
Could be. There's some interesting production stuff on this. We'll get to, but first, guys, who wants to play the box office top 10 game?
Ooh, I do.
The apocalyptic version of this. Yeah.
Let's fist it up.
Yes, this is a COVID one. The theaters were not yet really back at this point, December 2020. They were supposedly back a little more than our last one, which was New Mutants, but they actually look more COVID-y this time than the New Mutants episode did, strangely
It was the
enough.
winter time. That's why.
Yeah, I think we're having another resurgence early December. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. This is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week for December 11th, 2020. And the guys here are going to try to guess what those movies are. A few interesting ones outside of the top 10. At number 20, we had The Godfather Part 3.
What?
It was the anniversary.
It was the anniversary.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but a lot during, I don't know if everyone remembers, during 2020, there were a lot of old movies that made it into like the box office mojo top like 20 or 50 because the only movies people were seeing were those like roadshow drive-ins where they'd have like an inflatable screen and you just stay in your car because that was the safest way to watch a movie. Ghostbusters was the number 1 movie in the country for a few weeks there in summer of 2020.
Wild.
Yeah. Godfather Part 3 was at number 20. Die Hard was at number 16. Jim Carrey's The Grinch was at number 14. Yeah. And at number 10 in the box office top 10 for the week of December 11th, 2020, when a pilot crashes and tells of a conflict to the natives of the island he's on, a warrior in training leaves home with him to fight.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. It's the re-release of Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
That's good, Al.
So that's one re-release in the top 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
How many are there?
How many? I'm not going to tell you how many re-releases. There's more than one though. There are more than one.
1984 came out after this, like shortly after this, right?
Yeah, we haven't watched.
We haven't done it yet. So, at number 9, a monster named Larry manifests itself through smartphones and mobile devices.
Larry.
This is a feature film version of a 2017 short film.
Huh.
Larry.
We've got Gillian Jacobs starring in it.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, starring Gillian Jacobs and a kid, it looks like.
Oh, it's a horror movie, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This is called, Play? Something Play? Come Out to Play?
Come Play.
Come Play.
Come Play. Yeah, you got it.
I hadn't seen it, but it's in the rotation of Halloween movies being grown up on.
Okay.
Apps. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Josh
what
is
did
on
I-
the board.
Yes. It's my day.
All right, for the next one, Josh. Where's the weirdest place that you have made whoopee?
The butt? I mean a car.
The Newlywed Game was fucking wild in
Was
retrospect.
wild as fuck. So many old game shows. Well, we know we have a shared love, but a lot of drinking. on
Oh,
old game shows.
so much drinking.
Just drinking on daytime TV.
All right, at number 8 this week, for the week of December 11th, 2020, a family's plans for a big family Christmas turn into a disaster.
Every Christmas movie ever made.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone's home.
That is true, but this is all right. This is a re-release, and it is a movie that's a Christmas movie that's pretty beloved, at least by a lot of people.
Okay, what was
European
the-
Vacation? Christmas Vacation?
It is Christmas Vacation.
It is.
I said European.
God,
Yeah, I was like, ow.
that's all right.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
I thought it was a joke. Yeah, Christmas Vacation, boy.
Yeah, at number 8. Let's see, at number 7 this week. On Christmas Eve, a young boy embarks on a magical adventure.
On Christmas Eve, a young boy embarks on a magical adventure.
I'll tell you some more while learning about friendship, bravery, and the spirit of Christmas.
Boy. It's not a Christmas Carol, because that's a man embarks on it.
Yeah.
Um,
This is a re-release.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Al's on a
Oh.
roll. Yes,
The first time we talked about the uncanny valley in popular culture.
yeah,
if I'm not
absolutely.
mistaken.
Coming up next at number 6, a couple's wedding plans are thrown off course when the groom is diagnosed with liver cancer.
What? Sorry, I had to look at something like a dummy. Say that again.
I appreciate the delivery, Thoreau.
Yeah.
Well,
so do
because
I.
halfway through I realized where it was going, and I originally thought it was just a rom-com thing, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm going to go with it." A couple's wedding plans are thrown off course when the groom is diagnosed with liver cancer.
Christmas with cancer.
Oh, and
Ghosts of
a sequel to Christmas with the Cranks.
Mrs. Frank is taking a dark turn.
I don't.
Come home.
There's no
Over.
names on the poster, and I don't recognize either of these people. But it just says based on a true story. So I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
Based on millions of true stories.
Yeah.
Liver cancer is a very common based on
Chemo
a
for
true
Christmas.
story.
It's
I got you this chemo for your cancer.
Radiation blues.
Full of terrible.
It's got a super generic name. If you guys don't know, you're never gonna guess it. It's called All My Life.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
At number 5 this week. Upset that he has to share the room he loves with his grandfather, Peter decides to declare war in an attempt to get it back. I think with the Ukraine.
What's happening? He shares
Oh.
a room with his friend.
Jesus Christ. Okay, starring, check out this cast. Starring Christopher Walken, Jane Seymour, Cheech Marin, Rob Riggle, Uma Thurman, and Robert De Niro.
Wow.
Check it out. I'm checking in.
but
Star
Rob
power.
Riggle is the star, right?
And it looks like
scary
I
in the
love
love.
Rob
It looks
He's
like De
hilarious.
Niro is the grandfather, and he has to share a room with a kid. Hijinks will ensue.
Huh.
Nuggets of wisdom. The old
Room and board.
That's a good one.
BORED.
The tagline is "Old School versus New Cool." It's called "The War with Grandpa." Yeah, yeah.
That's the war with Grandpa.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that means all those
Weird.
people and their agents got that script, and we're like, oh shit. You
No, no.
gotta make this, Uma. You gotta make this. Bobby De Niro.
De Niro
They should have called it "Talking About the War with Grandpa."
with walking
Yeah.
mouse.
No, yeah, that means everyone got that script and they were like, now that's gross points, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just pay us in yachts.
At number 4 this week. Okay, how the hell do I do? Okay. After growing up, a man who was adopted as a child goes to meet his biological father, who doesn't know he exists.
Something with Superman. No.
No, this is a re-release, and it is a Christmas movie. It's definitely one that I know some of us, at least, are pretty big fans of.
Not Elf.
It is Elf.
Oh, it's Elf.
It is Elf. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yep. Elf.
I
Number
didn't get
4 for the week. Which, by the way, number 4, it made $400,000.
It was a weird time.
Yeah. Wonder Woman opened with 189,000. Like, the number 11
This
movie.
feels like, hey guys, let's chip in and get Wonder Woman something.
Right? No, the number 11 movie was Tenet. We forgot, like, this.
Oh, Tenet was 11. That was going to be my number 1 guess.
Yeah, no, Tenet was number 11 with $188,000 this week.
But it had been out for a few months, right?
All right, number 3 at the box office this week. After swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent.
Oh, great.
It's
This
a body.
is the what's his
Detention.
face?
Starring Vince Vaughn.
Thank you, Vince Vaughn.
Oh, just Freaky?
Freaky.
Oh,
Freaky. It's,
Freaky.
it's called Freaky. Yeah.
It's on HBO. Again, I haven't seen it, but I saw the card.
That's interesting. That's
So
interesting.
Freaky Friday, but with a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's like a horror-ish adapt. Yeah, I just haven't seen it. I probably will.
At number 2 this week. Oh boy. Renato, a Mexican aviation exec, is shocked to learn he has an American relative he never knew about. Free-spirited Asher. They're forced on a road trip together, tracing the path their father took from Mexico to the United States.
Sounds like The Trip, but a Mexican version.
Yeah, starring, I don't know either of these dudes. So, look, it's definitely a comedy.
Yeah, I meant The Trip with Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
Not the horror movie.
Yeah,
I
I've
have no
never heard
guesses.
of this movie, never heard of these dudes. Like, I got nothing to give you guys on this one way of hints.
No, it sounds like a genuine foreign release.
Yeah. It's called Half Brothers. Yeah.
One's a torso,
Okay.
one's the legs, and one's the head.
And that's number 2 with $645,000.
God.
The Archenemy, by the way, guys, opened at number 17.
Better than I expected.
Yeah, better than
With $71,000. So it made half its money, I think, that first week, right? What did it make? It made 136. Yeah, about half its money it made the first week. It was beaten by both. It was beaten by Die Hard and The Grinch. All right, and number 1, the number 1 movie in the world for the week of December 11th, 2020. A family is challenged by a rival family who claim to be better. I had to leave some stuff out there.
West Side Story.
It's a sequel. It stars Nicolas Cage, and it's animated.
Oh, Croods.
Oh, was it the robot one or
No,
was
no,
it
it's the Croods. Josh got it. The Croods to a new age.
Crude. They're crude and rude.
The new rude Croods. Yep, that is the number one movie in the country for the week of December 11th.
Depressing. Now I'm picturing the depressing motherfuckers sitting in the crude, in the dark, quietly.
Could you imagine
wondering what's happening?
Could you imagine going to the theater and getting COVID for the Croods?
I'm imagining it right now, and it's fucking sad.
Oh my god!
How many people went to that movie?
I mean, it
You have an idea of,
it
like,
made about $1.5 million.
So people died as a result of seeing the Croods for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, enough
Yes.
people went that statistically someone died, at least.
One day. It's true.
So that's it for the box office top 10 game. That brings us to the production of the film itself. Archenemy was written and directed by Adam Egypt Mortimer. Adam Egypt Mortimer.
Is that a nickname or is that his given name? Adam Egypt. Are those in parentheses or in, yeah?
It's not. No. That's
Quotes?
the name. That's a real name. Whether or not he was born with it, I can't say. It may be Maybelline. I don't know.
He may have had hippie parents.
Yeah. Adam Egypt being the middle name. So Adam Mortimer. I don't know. He's kind of an indie auteur. He's probably best known for Some Kind of Hate, which is his debut, 2015 debut. It's a horror movie. It's a slasher film. He also, let's see, he had a segment in the horror anthology Holidays. Other directors with a segment in that was Kevin Smith, Gary Shore. Let's see. He wrote and directed a movie called Daniel Isn't Real. That came out in 2019. It's about a guy who has an imaginary friend that tells him to kill people and stuff. So now the interesting thing about Daniel Isn't Real is that, and this isn't something I found out until after I watched this movie. He says that Daniel Isn't Real and Archenemy take place in the same universe, and he's going to make a third one, and it's going to be the final one of a trilogy about people. Let's see, what did he call it? It's the Vortex trilogy, and they're apparently all about people who are considered to be mentally ill, but maybe they actually have supernatural or paranormal powers.
That sounds familiar.
Doesn't
Just
it,
like
though?
this movie looked familiar at times.
Yeah. So yeah. That's Adam Egypt Mortimer. As far as our cast, Joe Manganiello, of course, we've talked about him a few times previously, most famously as Flash Thompson in Spider-Man. He was also was he in the version of Justice League that we watched? I know he's in the Snyder Cut, but is he in? Yeah, he's in that.
Because he's who? He's Deathstroke.
He was Deathstroke.
Or
Deathstroke.
The Terminator.
He was Deathstroke, but was he in the 2017 version, or was he only in the Snyder Cut?
I'm not sure.
I think just the Snyder Cut because he's on the boat with Lex at the end. Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, he is on the boat with Lex. But yeah. Skyland Brooks plays Hamster. Let's see. Wow, he's been working a long time. A lot of movies no one's ever heard of. He was in the 2012 movie Noobs. He was in 7 Pounds as that Will Smith movie. Yeah, not a lot. He was in, let's see. He had the lead role in a TV show called The Get Down.
Oh.
Yeah. The series version. The Get Down. He played Ra Kipling in that, and he has a recurring role had a recurring role in Empire. So
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. There were a lot of good performances in this.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad this is what they were making. Actually, yeah, we'll get there. I think the cast did a good job.
I don't know if it was a good movie. It was an interesting movie.
If you took out those heavy, silly components, like, Max Fist right off the bat, come on.
Yeah, that's my number one comment.
Yeah,
but if those things were less silly, it would have been a straightforward kind of action.
If those things had been
drama.
If it had been a little less silly, I think it would be kind of on the same level as like Defendor or Super, like low budget, like dude, like on this like. But it didn't quite get to where those were.
No, but his production value
this would have benefited.
Terrible considering.
Yeah, this needed to just be an exploration of mental health.
Yeah, yes. The ending wherein we discover that spoilers for anyone listening to a podcast about a movie they haven't watched.
And should never watch. Don't watch it. It's not worth it.
When it turns out it was
5
all
stars.
true, like. That's like I wish it had been left a little more
Unbreakable.
Yeah, enigmatic. Like, is it true or isn't it?
Yeah, because like I said, it reminded me of Unbreakable. Often.
Yeah.
So leaving it ambiguous would have been more to their interest.
Absolutely. We've got Zoli Griggs as Indigo.
What do I know her from?
Bride Wars.
No, give me something else.
She doesn't have a ton of credits. Let's see. Soccer Moms. Adam Ruins Everything. She did a few episodes of that.
No.
She was in the TV series Ballers. She was in the Boomerang TV series. She was in the Enforcer, the 2022 one that just came out. Yeah, she's not been in really anything I've seen. Oh, she was in Corey in the House.
I see that. Gosh, I must be confusing her, but I don't think. Anyways.
Yeah.
I recognize her from Instagram. Somehow I follow this woman on Instagram.
Oh, weird.
I was like, hey, I know you from my phone.
I know you from my phone.
You like to eat French toast.
Yeah. I saw your Italian vacation. What the hell?
Yeah.
We're buds.
Paul Scheer plays Krieg. Paul Scheer, probably at this point best known from How Did This Get Made? A podcast.
He was in the sketch group Human Giant with Nick Kroll and Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Rob Hubel.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those guys. He's in a bunch of stuff as like playing the nerdy guy. I think this might be the first time I've ever.
Oh yeah, he was on 30 Rock as the head page.
That's
he was
right.
Always like trying to sabotage Kevin. Yeah,
that's
Donnie.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Like I said, good day. No, you didn't. Well, I meant to.
I know him best from The League.
Oh, duh!
The League.
He's Andre of The League. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Yes,
he is. He was in Reno 911. He did like he's like guested in like every good show ever, like Parks and Rec.
Yep.
All of that. But like I said, at this point, he's probably best known for hosting How Did This Get Made with
Jason Mantzoukas and his wife June Raphael.
Yeah,
June Diane Raphael.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done He's done 17 episodes of Lower Decks.
Who does he play on Lower Decks?
Billups. Lieutenant Commander Andy Billups, Andy Billups, and Darethio Billups.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh.
He's also hosted a few like little Marvel specials on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's just funny because this movie could end up on How Did This Get Made at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amy Seimetz as Cleo. This lady works. So she's in like fucking everything. Wrist Cutter's a Love Story. That was an interesting movie. Not a great movie, but interesting. Tiny Furniture. Yeah. God, she's, I think probably she was in the Pet Sematary remake.
She's the aunt in Stranger Things?
In Stranger Things. She's the aunt
that's where I recognized her from.
Yeah, that's what she's probably best known for. Eleven's aunt, when Eleven goes to visit her comatose mom.
Yep.
She was in Atlanta. Oh, she directed 2 episodes of Atlanta. Interesting.
Hey, I was in Atlanta. It was a layover.
And Glenn Howerton as the manager, of course, best known as Dennis from
wait,
Philadelphia.
Dennis Reynolds.
Did we skip over the His and Herzog short?
His and Herzog shorts?
Amy Seimetz was in a short film called His and Herzog.
Oh my God.
Awesome. Is it like Funny or Die?
I have no idea. I just gonna text you guys the picture because it is not a serious thing at all. But this makes me laugh so bad because it is Werner Herzog as the lady in the art of this.
It's actually Werner Herzog?
No, it's just his likeness. It's just his face that they have pasted over the image of a woman.
In Herzog.
Oh, she was.
That's a brilliant.
She was also in Alien Covenant, by the way. Like I said, this lady,
shit, she's Danny McBride's wife.
Yeah,
in that movie.
Yeah, she works. Like I'm saying, this lady's at work. She's in a lot
because they were all married
shit.
couples.
Yeah,
yeah. She had one of the few funny parts in that movie, and then is murdered by an alien.
Like me. Okay, but yes, as the manager, Glenn Howerton, Dennis Reynolds from Always Sunny. His first movie role was Must Love Dogs.
He was in The Strangers, right? That horror movie. Liv Tyler.
Yeah. He was. Oh wow, he was in Serenity. I don't think I realized that. He played a young tough. It's Glenn Howerton. He was currently also starring in AP Bio. Or did that end? I don't know. He's playing the main role in the Fugitive remake?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Which role? Is he the fugitive or is he the man with one arm? Or is he Tommy Lee Jones?
He plays Jerry. I don't know who that is. Oh my God, he's voicing Fred in the upcoming Velma cartoon.
That's great.
That's interesting. Glenn Howerton. So that about rounds out our cast. There's not much else to say about this movie. It was produced, like we said, by Joe Manganiello, his brother Nick Manganiello. Elijah Wood has producer credit on this. I imagine he just tossed him some money. It's
yeah, I don't think he was involved. I hope not. He'd been like, let's change the name.
Yeah,
Manganiello's a big D&D guy, right? He's one of the D&D people in Hollywood. I wonder if that's his connection to Elijah Wood.
Oh yeah, could be. There are eight separate production companies which contributed to this film.
And they split that $160,000 equally.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody throw in.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to get a 12-pack.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it for the background on Archenemy. I've got a couple reviews here.
Yeah, 2020 means our favorite might be there.
Couldn't find it.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah. But okay. It's not the highest quality. It's not so interesting or original, but I haven't seen anything like it. The animation scenes aren't very good. It kind of makes sense. 5 stars.
I love this conflicted person.
Oh man, either too critical or not critical at all.
Right.
I love them.
Yes. And let's see. Kibri Jarama writes, cinematographer Helena Hutchins, 42, was killed in an accident involving a prop gun fired by actor and producer Alec Baldwin on New Mexico set of the film Rust. Another victim. My heart goes out to her family. 0.5 star. That was a review for Archenemy.
Huh. I wonder what other movies they copy and pasted that review for.
Yeah, that bot hopping all around.
Were they trying to like escape the weird limitations of posting reviews for movies? Like were they blocked from other movies?
I'm just wondering, like, why are you trying to get the word out on that randomly? Like, it was a big story. I think people know.
Yeah. It was headline news for like fucking 3 weeks.
And is the star rating on that news headline or this movie? 0.5 star.
Yes.
This movie didn't do enough to bring light to that incident that happened after this movie was made.
Exactly.
Fair point.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's got 74% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, that's
wrong.
Yeah,
those guys I'll never understand.
So,
is there a critics review?
That's a Rotten Tomato critic.
Or was that a fan?
That 74
review.
That 74% is the critics score.
Oh.
Yeah. The fan score on it, let's see, is 48%. 48%
okay.
fan
I was going to
score.
say, I was like, I don't know how strong the Manganiello fan base is. What do you think they call themselves? Jellos?
Some Jellos.
Mangello?
Mangelos.
Mangio fellows. Yeah.
When Mangelos.
So I saw a fun fact that Amazon threw at me early on. Nicolas Cage was originally set to play Max Fist.
Right. Yeah.
That would have been so much better.
Because
it would have been even though I like this guy.
This dude does have an upcoming Nicolas Cage movie. So like apparently,
well, and Mandy was from the same
Produced,
production house, and that was a big Nick Cage weird horror thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was already starting to do all these B movies, just paycheck after paycheck, which he's talked about. But yeah,
he just likes to work, I guess.
Like Mandy,
from his perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him for that. It's like I like making bad movies.
No, his attitude is that is my job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like garbage men have to pick up the shitty garbage along with the good garbage. But that's
Somebody
his
calls
that's
and says
my
we're
job.
making a movie.
That's what
I'm
do
making
for
a movie.
job.
Yeah.
Not to go on the Nick Cage tangent, but he did a great Reddit AMA, and it was so revealing about his personality. Like, oh wow, you are a really interesting dude. Actually, normally these are.
I think he is
astroturfed by a publicist. It was just him answering weird questions in weird ways.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he recently, within the last 2 years, came out as goth. He came out and said, "Yeah, I identify as goth."
As God. Yeah, he's weird in the right ways.
Yeah.
There's no stories of him grabbing anyone.
Well, and his boomer tendencies, like identifying as goth, that's harmless.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like
T-Rex skeleton.
I'm an attack helicopter or whatever stupid, singular joke the right has about.
I'm going to marry Elvis's daughter.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't a joke. He really, really identifies as goth.
Well, and when you see him, it definitely fits.
Yeah.
Did you see when he dressed like the cake? There was that really funny tidbit of him. He was at like a movie opening and he's dressed like a tin, like the plaid tin cake from England. He's like, I just really like the plaid
Fruit cake.
design. Yeah. He's like, so I had to make me a suit that looks like this.
This particular
It's
tartan.
so weird. I love it. Like wholesome weird.
I haven't seen it yet, but that movie where he plays himself looks amazing.
What is it called?
The unbearable weight
of
Incredible Genius.
Incredible Genius or enormous.
It's him and
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Who he's like a drug lord or crime lord, and he pays Nicolas Cage to come down, and Nick thinks he's coming down to make a movie, and there are cameras, but it's like that Dennis Hopper film. The locals are using real guns in there.
There was
it's a Three Amigos situation.
Yeah.
There's one scene where they're trying to jump over a wall, and you see him jump over the wall after scrambling over the wall and then walk around it and be like, oh, hey, you can get around this way. Yeah. It is one of the funniest little bits I've ever seen. I still need to go back and watch that movie just because that had me. I was like, okay, this is going to be stupid and great.
And lastly, he came out and did an interview after Scorsese and his uncle Francis Coppola were complaining about like the MCU and Star Wars, and like how blockbusters have yet again ruined. And Nick awesomely came to the defense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think there are different categories of film? Like, you don't think there are different kinds?
No one's going to stop you from making a movie because Iron Man is in the movie theater.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Ethan Hawke had a similar answer recently. After, why were you in Moon Knight? Why was what? Why are you? What are you talking about?
Okay. A brief tangent based on that. I've seen a number of posts recently. Like today, I learned that Maya Hawke's dad was in Moon Knight. I'm like, motherfuckers.
Yep.
Motherfuckers.
Maya Hawke's dad was in Moon Knight.
I thought she was so charming the first time I saw her in Stranger Things, and then when I realized who her parents were, I just went like, "Oh, she is just an amalgamation of those two human beings."
Looks
that's
exactly
what children
right.
are.
If you close your eyes, you can hear Uma's voice when she talks.
Yeah. And she's cool, like Ethan Hawke is, in that kind of awkward, slightly off way.
Yeah. I mean, she's talented. Jack Quaid's talented. A lot of these kids are talented, but for every Maya Hawke, there's 20 girls that nobody's heard of that are more talented and more charming.
Absolutely.
Just a whole new generation of.
Well, and there's elements of nepotism to that, absolutely. But I wonder how much of it's like, don't go to this person, don't do this, don't do that, helping them navigate.
Having an agent. That costs millions of dollars and they don't have to hustle for it.
But also having your parents say like, I think your agent might be wrong. Just, you can skip this role. I'll pay your rent. Don't worry.
Oh,
well, just coming from generational wealth in general.
That's anybody.
That helps too. But both of her parents were young actors in Hollywood. And,
I'm sure they get,
I'm sure the advice is helpful too.
It's not even so much like, oh, these are your parents will hire you. It's that, like you're saying, the parents get them an agent and get them into the process to begin with. Like that's the leg up.
Yeah.
And this has been Hawk Facts.
Exactly.
Hey, let's not we do get some fist facts later on.
That's true.
All right, so guys, you're ready to jump into the movie?
Splash.
Hole into
I keep making a
hole.
fist gesture, as folks at home.
All right, here we go. This is Archenemy. We open on a bunch of production cards. Then we get a title card and an animated backstory with voiceover from Joey Mangler himself.
Is he a discount Clancy Brown? I just want to say that at the top. He is doing a Clancy Brown because he sounds a specific way. We've heard him in Spider-Man and other things, but this is the most gravelly he's ever been.
Yeah, for sure.
I was born in another.
Oh, definitely.
It's Clancy Brown impression.
Yeah, definitely.
With that Christian Bale huskiness.
Yeah. So he lived in a futuristic city called Chromium. He was a superpowered protector of the city. He had an arch enemy named Cleo.
The city had a halo? That was important. And then it wasn't important ever again?
No. She was going to destroy the city, but he saved it, and in the process, he fell through a dimensional portal into our world where he's trapped and has no powers. We cut to live action. See, he's drinking some whiskey.
He's telling his story for drinks.
Yeah.
To the barflies.
Did you guys ever play the video game Out of This World? That's what the animation reminded me of.
Yeah.
Blocky but fluid and kind of cool color palette, like unusual.
Yeah.
Compared to what a normal animated sequence would be.
Definitely. I mean, they made some stylistic choices that I appreciated.
I did too. Yeah. Throughout the film.
Yeah. It wasn't a total disaster. It was just
if you took the silliness out of it, like your arch enemy Cleo, Max Fist, blue
honestly,
blood,
hamster.
I think this would have been better if this movie, if the whole thing was animated and drab in the real world.
Oh, well.
Just as an animated
I don't know
movie,
about all of it.
fun.
I mean,
it would have.
Maybe. I don't know if I would have watched it.
It had a weird tone because the tone was not silly, but there were very silly things we were expected to take seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right. He's homeless. He wanders into the street, talks to himself, buys some drugs. Then we meet Hamster. He's a skateboarding, young, up-and-coming, social media, TikToking, kind of cool, groovy kid.
Trendable is their platform.
Trendable is their fake social media platform.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody got to make up their own names for everything in a room by themselves. Nobody double-checked anything. Chromium.
At some point, someone says iPhone in the movie, which kind of took me out of this cyberpunk world where I was like, oh, but it's an iPhone. Weird. Why didn't you just say smart cell phone?
Yeah, smartphone. Yeah, anything.
Well, he's trying to be like a Vice type journalist, right? Capturing stories of the street.
Yeah, but also he has to publish it on this website rather than just on social media. You can just put stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to go to the gatekeepers to post things on the internet. I understand he'll give it a wider platform that way, but
I wish
he's trying to get a job as a staff writer for that, right?
Yeah, which they call creators. So he has to go in and talk to Jessica, I think it was, or Melissa, whatever. Melissa. And she gives him a creator account.
So by the way, I just want to I just want to go through this. We've got Max Fist, Hamster, Indigo, Krieg, Cleo, the manager, and Melissa.
Yeah. I swear. They let a 10-year-old write the name. What would you name these characters?
Hamster.
She's pretty. She's Cleo.
His street name is Hamster.
This is all fucking hamster style. That's his fighting style.
He's stuck in a wheel.
Are we all, brother?
Yeah. So, all right. We meet Indigo after Hamster goes to try to get his stuff on the website. And meet Melissa. We meet Indigo. She's a young girl who works for the drug kingpin named the Manager. She's doing well, but she tells him she wants to expand. She wants to go viral, which is the hottest new trend for 2001.
Yeah. And it's funny because we don't really see her that much, but the Manager's archenemy is Karen.
Yeah.
The beginning of this movie really could have used some more establishing whatever the hell the place where they're posting crap on the internet, whatever the manager's doing. What is Indigo's real role in this drug?
It seemed
that's what I'm saying. The Indigo, the crime underworld element was entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked watching Indigo. I liked the Manager. I really liked Paul Scheer's performance. And then every now and then it's Hamster. Hamster in the fist. Thursdays on Fox.
The thing that got me with the underworld thing, the crime aspect, I kept thinking, God, I can't wait to find out more about this.
Yes.
And at no point do we find out more about
Right, because
only that it's Cleo. Dun dun dun.
Right, because at one point she says, I have hundreds of armed like people work for me. Where the fuck are they?
200, she says.
Yeah.
Like there's a specific number.
But who do you oversee, the ice cream man?
Yeah, but the answer is that we did not have the budget to hire that many extras.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, like, does Indigo have like street level? Like, you guys all watch The Wire, right? Does she have like corner boys who sit on the corner
It
and
seemed-
like?
it seems
So,
like she did. Yeah.
Oh shit! What's that character's name? Yeah, it'll come to me.
She's like
Bear?
Stringer Bell.
Pooh Bear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I need to go back and.
But
rewatch
yeah,
The Wire.
no, it's right. It seemed like she
Me
had
too.
people selling drugs under her, but like we never saw any of that. Like
It would have been cool to see her enforce a little bit on somebody like, hey, you're not up to your number, blah, blah, blah. You know how mean I can get.
yeah.
You like when Indigo is nice. Here's a spirulina ball.
Oh, the blue spirulina balls.
What is with the color blue in this fucking movie, man?
It was no, everything was blue or red. Like it was very like
Yeah.
It was obviously doing a thing, but it wasn't clearly delineated
Or well thought out at all.
But the idea, I
Just like-
mean, in retrospect, again, spoilers, everybody. But in retrospect, her blue was her theme because the cosmic blood is blue, and it was thematically hinting to us that she would become a superhero.
Yeah, I guess. It's such a stretch. It hurts.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, the manager says he'll give her a chance, but first she has to go get some money that's owed to him from a crazy guy named Krieg.
And she needs to clean up the break room.
Later,
he also tells her to go work the corner.
Yeah.
Go work the corner dressed like a princess. Like, what? But isn't she important to you?
Trying to get the little kid market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, I don't think he meant like in a prostitution type way.
Well, yeah, no, but
but it's just weird to be like, you're middle management. Can you go out and just work the street yourself? Like, what? No, I'll just hire 10 more people.
Yeah.
But then he like Joker laughs at her.
Yeah, and I was
Says
like,
he's
I'm
just
kidding. Yeah. Do you want to know how? Well, I mean, he was kidding, but I mean, the thing is, the implication was there.
Who could? Yeah, the implication. The dentist system.
All right. So later at home, Hamster arrives. We find out that Hamster and Indigo are siblings. Why wasn't he color coded too? Why was his name Hamster? Why wasn't it like vermilion or something?
Burgundy.
Yeah, something.
Or yeah.
Hamster. All right.
He could have been
Cadmium.
velvet or something that's not even a color.
Yeah, just
Hamster is just weakness.
Hamster was the most ridiculous thing ever. And
Do families have a lot of like themed nicknames? I don't have kids.
I mean, no, but also,
I assume that those were their street names and not. their
Yeah,
given
don't you
names.
earn those on your, or is it sort of a?
But also,
is it a family dynasty type
but
thing?
also, like-
only colors. That family is only color nicknames.
But also, you're writing the movie, like said, you're making themes, and like you name him Hamster.
They did an internet contest to come up with these character names.
God.
I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
why.
named by 4chan. No, they would have been like Bodie McBoatface and like Adolf Hitler or something.
Yeah,
if
no.
the
This was
internet
Regan.
This was named by Club Penguin. So, Hamster doesn't like her being a drug dealer. She's trying to take care of him and send him to college. She does not understand how college admissions work.
What is this universe? They still have college? Like, is this
isn't our
post-apocalyptic
universe?
or is this
No.
not?
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
it
just
is.
supposed to be like our world, inner city, maybe a little grittier.
At this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got no idea.
But I
that
mean,
any
like-
of this was fictionalized except for their superhero shit.
The one thing that made me think this is definitely not our universe were the blue spirulina balls.
No. I think they were regular spirulina. She just colored them blue because she has her theme.
Spirulina ball,
That's what I
just
thought.
like cornbread.
She's like, I make everything
Yeah.
blue because it's my thing.
The color coding of food was weird. It
Yeah.
was a weird choice.
Yeah.
A lot of it was weird. Yes. But I felt like it was supposed to be Our World 2020 or 2019.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what our universe would have been like if COVID hadn't happened.
Oh God,
we'd all be calling each other by color names and eating spirulina.
And we would have been coloring all of our spirulina blue.
Like, okay.
I mean, yeah,
the government's trying to control us. All right. Make spirulina balls. Okay. Wear a mask.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Yeah.
What she said. Anyways. So Hamster goes out. He spots the homeless guy punching a wall, and Hamster gives him the name Max Fist.
No.
Yeah, in that moment.
That's not his name already?
No, when he sees him punching the wall, Hamster dubs him Max Fist.
I must have missed that. Wow.
I got it from a hairdryer.
Okay, if he named him Max Fist, he named himself fucking Hamster.
Yeah, that's a street name. He came up with it himself.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you're supposed to be given those.
You can.
Everyone would be badass motherfucker.
Thoreau, if you called yourself Thoreau, no one would take you seriously because you were named Thoreau. People take you seriously.
Or if you just popped in on the
Brian,
scene,
no one
like,
takes me
I'm
seriously.
Starface, or I'm Dragon.
I know that this is the first time we hear the name Max Fist, but I didn't get the indication that he named him. I thought he'd heard of him.
No, I thought it was because he was punching him, and he goes, "Yeah, look at that punch!" Like he says something like, "Look at that punch in that wall. You're Max Fist."
Okay.
like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's.
Does Cleo call him Max, though?
Oh, she does, doesn't she? Does she? Does she ever say his name?
I think so.
I think she's like, "Hey, Max Fist,
Mr. Fist.
You might know me by my other name, Loose Butthole." That's all I kept thinking. He's like, his archenemy's name better be something about a loose body cavity.
He changed it to sound less Jewish.
At any rate,
Maximilian
Fistovsky.
Fist-a-witch. Yeah,
it's his stage name.
Maximilian Fistovsky. Anyways,
that name is awesome.
All right. Max wanders off. Hamster saves him from getting hit by a car as he passed out in the street. Max wanders away. The next morning, Hamster gives him some beer in exchange for being able to film him and tell his story.
So I have so many questions about this movie, but he says the booze here is weaker, but he is constantly falling asleep and like blacking out in places.
Yeah. Which
it seems to be highly effective on this planet.
Yes, which all would make total sense from a guy that's actually suffering from like schizophrenia or something, rather than, as we find out at the end, it's all true. Like, this really should have been left a lot more up in the air. It just being all true, I don't know.
And also, somehow Cleo returned, to use another Star Wars infuriating line.
Yeah. Well, yeah, apparently she fell through the hole with him, but instead of becoming an alcoholic, she just built a drug empire.
I have a theory, though, that she is the hole.
Those are the choices.
She's the hole that the Max Fist went through.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, he tells Hamster he has no powers here because the source of his powers doesn't exist in this world. The source is the cosmic blood, which came from a bunch of black holes on the edge of the universe. He says it, quote, started making people weird. He has a flashback in animated form. All the flashbacks are animated to when the cosmic blood gave him powers. He was injured working as part of a task force. The cosmic blood mixed with his own in a pool within something he calls the Crystal Cave.
He lost his arm, and the cosmic blood grew it back.
That's right. Yes.
Into the Crystal Fist.
The Crystal Fist.
Great Doors song.
You can
Crystal Fist.
You can buy a
Indiana Jones.
You can buy a Crystal Fist on the internet, but they're not
yes,
really.
You can.
I'd recommend the stainless steel ones. They're more sanitary.
You definitely don't want that thing breaking off inside you.
Yeah.
No.
It gave him super strength and the power of flight. He uses his powers, he says, to defend Chromium. His world was a mirror of our Earth, but different.
Get it? Chrome mirror?
Yeah. He gets mad at Hamster because Hamster doesn't really believe him. He goes and puts on a suit with lightning bolts all over it and has a flashback of himself being loved by the people of Chromium.
Is this his real cape? Or is this just some tacky shit he made himself?
I'd assume it's real because the whole thing ends up being real.
That's fair. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Did he look that tacky in Chromium?
I have to.
Because that cape is real fucking tacky.
Yeah, it's not a good looking cape.
Yeah. That's like Prince in 85 kind of look.
That should be our new slogan. That's not a good looking cape. Harmless Phosphorescence.
We'll get a t-shirt made.
It's tacky cape week.
Man.
That is not a very
It's been tacky cape week since the first episode.
Yep. And it was in black and white.
Yeah, we cut to Indigo going to Krieg's apartment. He's a crazy meth head. He makes her play Russian roulette with him. He ends up killing himself accidentally. She flees the scene, taking the money he owed to the manager with her. Meanwhile,
did she just have the money in a duffel bag? I missed the.
Well, if she's closing the Arby's, she has the nightly drop to give to the manager.
It was in the duffel bag on the bed.
Yeah, she takes.
Krieg brought the money from wherever he was.
Yeah,
in the duffel bag.
I mean, she really could have avoided a lot by just being like, "Yeah, Krieg died, but I got you your money." Like, she could have just explained to the dude.
She could have also said, "Yeah, he was he made me do Russian roulette, and it turns out he only had $200,000 of your $300,000." Bummer.
I mean, she could have done any number of things, which would not have led to them just trying to murder her and her brother.
Also, did she bring the duffel bag? We'll get there, but did she just carry the bag with her?
It would appear so, and then just put it in her bathroom, and then the dude asks to use the bathroom, and she's like, "Yeah, go for it." Like, hide that under a bed or something. Why is it just sitting in the bathroom?
I know it's all Godfather 2 style. Just
I
waiting for Michael to pick it up.
I suspected that dude said he was going to go use the bathroom and then took a quick look around the whole apartment.
The dude carrying the book that's Nihilism for Beginners.
For beginners, first pages.
I missed that.
This book was called Nihilism for Beginners.
It's the same for advanced students.
Yeah.
If you're reading the book, you've already failed.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You care way too much.
Exactly. If you're studying, you shouldn't be in this class.
Maybe the manager requires it.
The manager?
He seems like the kind of guy who's like, you got to read Nietzsche and you got to read this Nihilism for Beginners book. It really will inform your management style here.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
The better?
The first few chapters are about restoring boats, but after that, it really picks up.
Yeah. Suddenly it just quits halfway through.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Max has a vision of Cleo. And it's at this point that he realizes she's in this reality. We cut to the manager and his, I want to call them goons, but the dude's reading a nihilism book and it's like, I don't know. The manager's boss is coming to visit. He's upset that Krieg is dead and he didn't get the money he's owed. He sends the goons to visit Indigo to ask her about what happened, as he sent her to talk to Krieg. Then we get a montage of hamsters posts going viral, I guess.
A montage of hamsters. I wish there was a period.
Oh, what was the hamster dance song from Peter? From Robin Hood. That should have been his theme music.
Yeah.
Or Chota Boy's fighting style from Orgazmo.
Yes. So yeah, Max wants to take Hamster to the place where the Crystal Cave would be in this world, but it turns out it's in an abandoned mall. And as happens every time I go to an abandoned mall, they get harassed by a rando in a muscle car.
In an early 2000s Mustang?
Yeah, a guy who never left the car show they had in the parking lot.
Like, they could have done something to this car to make it fit this movie a little bit better.
Yeah, but also, like, what is this dude doing? Like
this is clearly just a rental car that they picked up for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Just a rental.
Max beats up the car a lot. And
do you think they took out the insurance and then tried to claim that it just happened when they were in a bad part of town? The insurance agency was like, "We saw your fucking movie, guy.
It got fisted." Okay, that's all you need to know.
The goons visit Indigo. She pretends she never visited Krieg. Hamster and Max arrive at the apartment, and Hamster goes inside. The goons discover the money and that Indigo was lying. They threaten to kill Indigo and Hamster when Max bursts in and kills the goons. You are muted, Al.
Yeah, I know. I loved how Finn, the guy carrying the book, how like calm and reasonable he seemed this whole time.
He's a nihilist.
Just telling her, like, you know, the report's already killed himself, and we just, you know, I don't know. Okay, use your bathroom.
Life goes on,
well,
man.
and I mean, the thing is that he didn't like they weren't coming there like because they thought she did anything. Like, they were initially telling the truth. She really could have just given the dude the money that was owed to him. Like, she was stealing. I know it's from a drug cartel, so whatever. But also, like,
whatever. That's the worst people to steal from.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a bad idea. Just give the dude his money.
No, lady, not so bad.
Give the manager his money.
Well, and it's one thing to steal the money. It's another thing to steal the money when you were sent there to get the money.
Yes. You are the first person they're going to come to.
Yeah, that's it.
If Hamster had stumbled on this money, sure, fuck yeah, hide the money in your attic. No one will ever know.
But hide it in all the wood chip.
Yeah. hide it in the water bottle you hang.
Yeah. That's above your bed.
Yeah, this was just a terrible plan on her part. Like, and then she was just going to run away and put Hamster in college with it.
I want to argue that it wasn't a terrible plan on her part. This is just really bad writing.
Yes, it is.
This is where the movie shifts into a higher gear, and it is for a dumb reason.
Exactly. Yeah, it is for a dumb reason. It's yeah. So let's see. They go on the run. Then at that point, they go and Max talks Hamster and Indigo into going back and fighting the operation instead of running away, as they wouldn't be able to escape by running. They go to the abandoned mall where Max suits up. I guess he's got a bunch of stuff to wear at this point. He got it. He puts on armor and gets guns from somewhere.
Oh, Hamster, first he puts on his normal suit and the cape. Normal. The purple veiny suit.
Yeah.
And Hamster tells him he looks insane and tells him to let go of the past.
That's right. Yes.
He's like, this is all I have left from Chromium.
You're hung up on some clown from the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he armors up, gives Hamster a Letterman's coat with some forks on the sleeve.
It's homecoming, bitch.
I love that this was pointed out by a character in the movie, though. Like, this was your plan. Because they all take it very seriously.
And I think it's interesting. I feel like in this, like it's kind of hinted at that, like, Max wasn't like the brightest bulb on the tree, even in Chromium. Like, he just got strong. He wasn't actually like good at stuff.
Yeah.
He's not Bruce Banner or Captain America.
PhD rarely follows the words Max Fist.
You say rarely, which means not never.
Yeah, it's not never. Come on.
However,
Math.
Dr. Maximilian Fistovsky, PhD.
Now that's a doctor. That's a GI doctor you can trust.
That's right. So all right. Max snorts some meth, telling Hamster that that's the source of his power.
We have all met that superhero.
Right. I know a ton of
this
dudes.
This movie was already off the rails when that happened. Then doing meth now.
Yeah. I've met
gives you powers.
Yeah, I've met a few dudes whose superpower was meth.
Yeah, climbing, you scale a wall with the car.
Like,
also their kryptonite.
Yes.
Simultaneously.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's right. It's killing me and empowering me.
Did we mention the locator beacon?
Yeah, no, that's right. He gives him a locator beacon.
Which, yeah, all the armor and the guns and the locator beacon. Where'd you find this stuff, Max?
Where did that stuff come from? Yes, exactly. That's an unanswered question I had.
The Find My Hamster app.
Find My Hamster.
You could make hundreds with that.
All right.
FindMyHamster.com.
Find My Hamster. Little pictures on half pints of milk.
Find My Hamster. Okay. All right. So at this point, Max punches through a wall. And says he can see through dimensions, and I don't know. Then a bunch of the managers.
This movie is. It's now from his perspective. He's high on math.
Yeah,
he's no longer just putting brick walls. He's walls.
He's tripping the light. Fantastic.
At this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the dudes show up. They kill some dudes. Then he goes.
They attack a masked poker game.
Don't they come to the mall first and then he blows them up and then they go to the poker game? Or
I don't think they came to the mall. This
well, they should
have
gotten some Cinnabon.
This segment there were a lot of time jumps.
Yeah. All right. So anyways, they attack a poker game and
poker game.
Yes.
Most of this is probably filmed at the abandoned mall, though. You're not wrong. They did go back to the mall. I don't think they ever left the mall.
Yeah, that's why they had a showdown, at a location that's easy to rent.
Yeah, exactly. So, I like you said, Josh, it's a masked poker game. And I don't know about you guys, but I always play poker with a full latex mask, Halloween mask on.
Yeah, and be like, I'm bluffing. I have no idea you're wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah.
I know in the World Series of Poker you can wear a hat and you can wear sunglasses, but I don't know that you can completely cover your head.
Wear an entire mask. Yeah. And it's just these dudes there, and they're all on the same team. Yeah. They have to know who each other are, right?
I know. It's like 1960s Batman TV where, the henchmen are sitting around doing something, but they're in their henchman outfits.
Yeah.
Sometimes just a shirt that says henchman. Genius.
So, all right. He kills all the masked guys. Then he fights his way, blah, blah, blah. A lot of fighting. He gets up to the headquarters. Apparently there are 4 guys. 4 guys other than the masked poker players who work for this dude.
Yeah, the poker players don't work for anybody. They're there for the poker game.
Yeah.
Well, the other 200 are out on rotation.
I guess so. Yeah.
Ships.
I guess the most believable fight, the slow motion fight with the guard that was mute.
Yeah.
So Max like actually gets fucked up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indigo lets him go because I don't know, she always liked him.
Yeah.
As a person.
Yes.
After shooting him in the leg. It's like,
yeah. And then he just disappears from the movie. So,
he probably bled out.
He might have, but I just like they are Indigo and Hamster are shocked by the amount of violence that Max is ensuing. And I think this is just, no, you need to stop killing. Don't kill this guy.
Well, and he had explicitly said, I don't kill people.
Yeah.
He did say
all
that,
of a sudden, he's just killing people left and right.
Yeah, with no sort of like indication as to why. He's just killing people.
We know why. He's high on meth.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, there was some point here where in one of the animated sequences, we see like maybe the people of Chromium didn't really think he was a hero, and he was actually kind of like terrorizing the city in some way.
Because the meth is more powerful in his dimension, just like the whiskey. Why would one substance?
He gets toppled like a Saddam statue.
Yeah.
In the animated thing, right?
Yeah, at some point. I didn't catch the second time through where that was, so I didn't make a note of it. But yeah, he does. So, all right. Manager escapes. He goes out the window and flees in a car with his boss, who showed up at the last moment. Hamster is disillusioned with Max because of all the murders. So he and Indigo flee town to go put him in college, I guess, while Max...
Here, college. It's not from a drug cartel.
Max finds a silver squeeze ball, silver stress ball with a symbol on it. And that's how he determines that the manager works for Cleo.
Yes.
And it just says Intuit Corporate Getaway 1997.
Yeah.
This stress ball is important.
It helps me when I'm mething to the gills, when I'm fucking tweaking like it's my job.
Yeah, so the manager and Cleo have a really unnecessary talk. I imagine it's just to establish Cleo's character.
Well, and they don't show her face for most of this conversation, which was an interesting choice. I was expecting it to be Sigourney Weaver or someone famous.
Yeah.
Like really famous.
Yeah, when I did not recognize Cleo, it was a little disappointing because of the way they made her face a reveal.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I recognize you from something.
Yeah. Like, you are an actress, but yeah. So, blah, blah, blah. She was a scientist. Now she spends all her time...
Oh, the manager, in talking to her, is now using Indigo's words. He's telling her like he wants to go viral.
Yeah. It's like the kids are talking about this viral thing. I think we should do it.
Oh, and her response is, "You want to go viral? I am the virus."
Yeah.
Damn.
That's hardcore.
Indiegogo.
So, all right.
Still too soon. Too soon to be the virus in the climate of this movie's release.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to talk about viruses in 2020. Yeah. So, anyways, Max and Indigo just stop in the middle of the road so Indigo can sleep in the backseat of the car.
Hamster and Indigo.
Hamster and Indigo, I'm sorry. Yeah. She's just going to sleep in the backseat, and they're just going to hang out for an hour while she sleeps. Not like, hey, take the wheel, hamster. No, the hamster wheel, if you will.
Not let's pull over and hide in these trees.
No, we're going to stay right here in the middle of the road, sleeping in this car.
Yeah, they're in the mall parking lot still. Yeah. Like you could have at least driven out of town.
Right.
No, they did.
They were on.
They had driven out of town. They were surrounded by trees.
Yes, I have a feeling they were 1 mile out of town, though.
Sure. Yeah. Or maybe just in a heavily wooded suburb.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in Shelbyville.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Chromium Heights.
So anyways, Melissa calls him, and she stops and gets Hamster and says Hamster's gonna, I don't know. She just says, come with me. Hamster's like, cool. I'm dumb. So she's going to deliver Hamster to Cleo. They take him to the top floor of a building. Max finds them because of the tracker he gave Hamster. He arrives. Indigo wakes up and finds Hamster gone, having left a note. And she screams to the sky, Hamster! We get another flashback where Cleo tells Max that the Void Machine is just going to get rid of all their powers. It's not a weapon. Max attacks her then. Max shows up at the office building. He gets taken prisoner. While in the lobby, Indigo arrives. We don't know where Cleo's 400 dudes are. They are nowhere to be seen. But
I don't think she does either.
Wow.
They just like RSVP'd for the crime.
Yeah.
Just because they RSVP doesn't mean they're guaranteed to show. It's Facebook invites. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. She says she has 400, but when she shows up to do the signing, only 3 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. The manager goes down to confront Indigo while Cleo keeps Max in place. She monologues a bit.
She threatens to make Max's buddy an ex-hamster.
She cuts off his patch.
So, yeah, we find out that the people of Chromium were afraid of Max. Indigo shoots the manager, then they fight. He stabs her. She manages to strangle him to death while upstairs. Cleo's about to kill Hamster. Oh, yeah, she shot Max, and his blood was blue at this point.
Well, and Indigo's belt has her name on it.
Yes.
As she's doing the murder.
It does.
We saw, yeah, that is funny. We saw
which was
like,
important, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. I suppose, but also like
that's how you establish a nickname: is you get a belt buckle,
and then you kill somebody with it.
Yeah.
Well, then yeah, sure.
And they'd be like, "We're gonna call you Buckle."
No.
So I'm very unclear as to why Max now has blue blood, whereas previously he did not.
So she has a theory. Where was it? She has a theory that there's a certain physical reaction between the two of them. So when they get closer together, his blood is turning blue.
And that, so okay, but he didn't. So okay, so I feel like so if his blood's turning blue, it means he's becoming more like he was in Chromium, right? Like it's becoming, what is it, cosmic blood, whatever the fuck they called it.
Yes.
So why wasn't he starting to get more powerful or like stronger or like anything at all?
It's a slow process.
Thanks, Al. Science man.
Takes a while to metabolize the blue in the blood.
I guess.
Or something.
Unless you're Indigo.
He's British royalty.
Yeah.
And she has a weird line. She says, maybe our biology wants to connect. Maybe it wants to intersect.
She's just trying to have sex.
Oh, yeah, everyone's biology wants
She's like,
to
I would
that.
like your fist to intersect with my biology.
He is a good-looking dude, though, even as a homeless meth addict.
Yeah,
he's a good-looking dude.
It's Joey
with
Mengler.
or without a fist.
Yeah, it's Joey Mengler. He's a hunk.
He's hunky.
So, all right. Cleo's about to kill Hamster. Max rushes her. They both go out the window and fall to the concrete below. They lie on the sidewalk, bleeding out. Her blood red, his blue. Indigo, also bleeding terribly from the stab wound the manager gave her, crawls outside to them.
And interestingly, indigo is what you get when you mix red and blue in the light spectrum.
That's yep. Which is what they did. So her blood mixes with Max's. Energy crackles around her. Her wound heals. She rises into the air. She has gained powers, and she flies away.
Fuck you, hamster. Go to college. I'm out.
Yeah. She's seen a vision of chromium.
Fuck you, hamster.
Seen a vision of chromium while hamster watches her. Max passes out. Says, you're going to be okay.
See, hamster's not living for the game, though, because you think you'd see somebody flying, even if it's your sister, and you're Mr. I want to be viral. You'd video this whole thing.
Why? Why wasn't he? Oh,
be like, look, this dude's blood is blue. My sister can fly now.
Like and subscribe.
He also shut down when he was disillusioned earlier. He shut down his Trendable account.
Oh, okay.
He did a little sign off from Hamster City.
Hamster City.
That's what he called it.
Yeah.
Movie.
I'm just picturing a hamster city.
All right, so Hamster then does a voiceover about how Indigo is the hero now and Max was real, blah, 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 roll credits.
How gerbils are punks.
Yeah. That's the movie.
Yep, it was a movie.
The one unanswered question I have that we didn't address was, how did Indigo know where to find Hamster? She'd never been to that office building before. She didn't know where the boss lady lived.
That's a good point.
Did we talk about Melissa getting murdered?
Oh, yeah. No, we didn't. Melissa got murdered for no readily apparent reason.
Yeah, she's excited to meet Cleo. She's like, I've heard all about you. People have said good things. And then maybe we can work together. I can bring you more children. I have a rat-faced boy.
Perhaps you'd be interested.
Yeah.
Maybe ferret girl.
Yeah, you've seen the hamster. Would you like to see my guinea pigs or like?
Are these all euphemisms?
Yo, welcome to Chinchilla City.
You get cut here, blood.
You roll.
They all have chinchilla coats on.
Here in Chinchilla City, the dust rolls you. Oh God. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Last thoughts. Unanswered questions.
If you listen all the way through the credits, I don't know if any of you did, but if you get all the way to the third song, you almost. Well, it's all instrumental, but the third song almost makes you believe that you enjoyed watching this movie. I think it might have been Hamster's theme, because it was a little upbeat.
Hamster City.
That's my
it's
final
place
thought.
To be.
So it's been a while since we've done this, but guys, you ready to rank this thing?
Oh God!
Oh shit!
I forgot we ranked.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. We rank movies. So here's our list. I'm gonna start us off somewhere around this area. I feel like
I would argue lower, where Fast Color
lower.
Fast Color felt like this.
Oh,
where it's like, what is this movie? Why does this exist? Why is this not so well thought out?
I mean, let's put it next to Max Steel.
Max Steel and Max Fist. Oh my God.
Should this movie have been named something different? Like Max Fist?
You can't
name Blue Blood or Chromium City or something.
If they had tried to name this Max Fist, someone would have said no, change his name and change the name of the movie.
I know. No one told anyone to do that.
I would.
So I think the name of the movie was supposed, because we found out that Max wasn't the hero he's supposed to be. We're supposed to question who the enemy really is.
Right.
Because Cleo, being a brilliant scientist, she spent all of her science knowledge, all of her special abilities on this one guy, trying to bring him down. And it may have been Max who actually destroyed the city. I don't know. So yeah, that was my take from archenemy.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
I like Jonah Hex more. Excuse me.
I think
I like Van Forstick more.
Yeah, I think I like Dark Phoenix more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Son of the Mask, I have a hard time putting anything above that because that rap sequence.
Oh, Son of the Mask is terrible.
I'm fine with between 43 and 44.
Put it in between Toxie 4 and Fast Color.
I think this is worse than Fast Color.
Okay, then in between
just
those.
Because visually and thematically that was more interesting than this was. Strong man and science lady fight, whereas Fast Color was like our family has powers and stuff. You know.
What do you think?
I'll go along with that.
Okay, so put it between Fast Color and Son of the Mask.
Yeah.
All right, we're putting this out of 149 movies. We're putting it at 145 in between Fast Color and Son of the Mask. And that's it for Archenemy. Next week on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are going to be watching Wonder Woman 1984.
That's fun.
I liked that movie.
I love this movie. Yeah, a lot of people did not love it.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think it's pretty interesting and is kind of bonkers. And but I don't know. I haven't seen it in 2 years, so.
It's very 1980s to me. It seemed like a kid's 1980s movie where the villain's power is dream granting, basically.
Well, and it reminded me of the Linda Carter Wonder Woman show.
Yeah, it's got
that vibe and aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but it's been a while since I've seen it. So that will be next week on Harmless Phosphorescence. Till then, this has been your host, Thoreau Smiley, and I'm off to go get some of that college scam money.
I'm Josh Cece, and this movie's got me feeling a little fisty.
I'm Brian Lesh, and I punched through the molecules to make a vortex so this episode would finally end.
And I'm Alec Weber, a.k.a. the Void Machine.
Money goes in, the void comes out.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.